We got to talk bets first.
Okay, let's do our bets then. Patrick, go ahead, bud. You
All
take
right.
it away.
No, listen. What I eliminated some of the ones that we already had to settle because there's no point in.
You mean the ones you lost?
Oh my God, Lena, that's so not nice.
I like it. Lena's on my side.
I actually won a few of them. Thank you very much.
He did actually. He did.
And
he
so, but I did have to buy Kev a burger, and it was good.
Hey Patrick, you know what? I was thinking about our CPI bet. Is that one of the first ones? Why don't you when we get there, let's talk about it.
We'll talk.
Let's go
about
ahead.
It.
So these are the ones outstanding.
Yeah, these are ones that we still need. So anyway, we did. This was over a year ago. We did the 18 months post midterm election. It's just obviously the entire third year of the presidential cycle stuff. And you were right.
Yeah, because markets will be up in the 18 months post midterm elections. You were basically, we'll say,
I was basically that there was going to be a downturn before 2020, and I was spectacularly wrong. And you know what? The dollar is coming. It hasn't officially hit the date, but I think the dollar is coming for you. In terms of that. So the next bet we had to keep score on here was obviously Treasury bonds versus home builders. And we were at one point very close to being even on this one. But this is now separated a little bit. The TLT's been pulling back. Home builders have been holding up. And it looks like Christmas dinner's on me, and so we booked it at the High Steakhouse here in Toronto.
I know, it's actually great. Patrick was very kind. He asked me
Lena,
just so you know, Lena's coming too, and I said, he was going to choose. What was our choice?
Oh yeah, whatever. It was like Barty's or Keg.
And I said Barty's
whatever.
is like where you and I'll go, but the ladies will prefer a High, so we're doing the High.
Yeah, and of course,
ladies
you're not gonna,
and Luke too.
You're not going to
spare.
You're not going to spare any mercy. You're going right after the most expensive steak on the menu, aren't you?
No, I'm not going to do that. I think Lena is actually tougher than Luke.
You do realize I'm going to do that to you when you lose a steak bet, right?
You're going to go to the most expensive steak.
So you're gonna have to choose your you're gonna have to make the decision as to whether or not you want to preemptively make that.
No, but Patrick, if you look, I'm very careful with my steak bets. I don't just throw those around lightly. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Anyway, so the next one was the 10-year Treasury yield below 2%. I already won this one,
and I was so wrong on this one.
Yes, and I
lost
only
$1.
owe you.
No, I owe you $1.
You owe me $1. Yeah.
So we'll just cross those two out. Okay.
All right. No, we're not. No, there is no crossing out.
Okay.
Bets do not cancel each other out. That would be like lame.
Okay.
Every bet is paid in full.
Okay. Understood.
Now, this was actually back on my birthday, April 19th. We made a bet that inflation will average more or less than 1.9% for the remainder of the year, and whoever loses has to pick up the tab for a night of beer drinking with 5 other market huddlers, which we've mostly got. I think we have 4 of the 5 defined now, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do. But listen, Patrick, I want to talk about this because I was all ready to kind of give in and kind of concede that I was going to lose this bet. But I was looking at the last CPI, and it ran hot. And I was wondering if I have a chance. And then I wanted to know how we're going to define it, because technically December CPI won't come out till January. So I want to figure out if I have a chance, kind of like Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance. And because I might have, maybe we might have to push it off to, maybe, you know what we'll do is we'll do the drinking with the huddlers regardless. I'll pay it preemptively that I'm going to lose. But if I end up being right, you're going to have to pay me back. How does that sound?
No, that's going to have to be.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
No, that's fair, because a bet is a bet.
But you agree that the December CPI is actually going to be in January, so that we have to include December?
That it is the inflation for the remainder of 2019. And I agree that if in January we're releasing the December numbers, that we have to wait till January to definitively, if you have a chance. But we have to find out what that number is. So you have the Bloomberg. What's going on?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't. My computer
like,
crashed.
I mean, if this thing is at
anyways,
1.8,
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But that is very gentlemanly of you, Patrick. To
listen.
that.
No, a bet is a bet, right? Like, look at here.
No,
like,
but you're interpreting it in a very fair way.
It's 1.7% back in September.
No, I understand that, but I think this last one came in at 2.1.
Yeah, but that's not gonna. Yeah,
it might be tighter than you think.
The average of the whole year.
I know, but it might be tighter than you think. And are we including this April one or not? We got to, anyways. No.
Yeah. Well, it was April 19th. We made the bet, so it should it would have to include it because we wouldn't have known the April data until May.
Yeah.
So yes, you would have to include.
It might be tighter than you think, buddy. Anyways, we'll see how
and like we're going down to the decimal of off the swing of 1.9.
I'll tell you what, Patrick. Do you want to double it up on stake for next year?
Let's save that for January.
Okay, fair enough. Okay,
let's first see how this bet comes in. Yeah. And I will tell you, I will bet with you, but I don't necessarily have to say it's 1.9 that we're betting. We have to figure out what is the right number, but I will bet you that inflation will be lower than you think.
It's very wise of you because you realize that that's my Achilles heel, and then if I'm going to overpay for something, that's the asset I'll overpay for. Wise, well done, Patrick. Okay, yes. Go on, next trade.
All right. So Deutsche Bank, we were making the bet higher or lower first touch. $5 or 10, which comes first? This is a big deal. It's a steak dinner. You said you don't bet this steak dinners lightly.
Yeah, I still like it. I would still do that trade.
Oh my God! And by the way, we're just for our listeners so they know, we're betting in U.S. dollars. So this is not the euro dollar based Deutsche Bank price, but it's $7.48. Gap's higher the other day, and it's first touch 5 or 10. It's exactly in the middle. $7.48. You're still on. Look, first touch. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm not going to say anything else. All right. So that's still active. Obviously, this was a spectacular loss. The British pound versus U.S. dollar first touch 115 versus 129. It blew to 129 like nobody's business, and then went through that and doubled again.
So you know what though, I will say, and you're talking about not Gucciing a trade, or you were kind of implying that earlier. Right now, I'll be honest with listeners. I came in long the pound, and then I was giving Patrick a hard time last night as it was gapping higher. And I realized that I was angering the market gods with that sort of behavior. And I instantly went and halved the position because I was like, this is just bad. I'm like, when you start feeling like you got to rub it into your pal, you got to be unwinding it because that's the bad sign. That's a bad sign. So I sold half and it was a good sale, Patrick. I should have sold it all.
Yeah.
Should have sold it all, but I felt like I was angering and tempting the gods with that behavior. And so I am wise enough to realize when I start screwing up that bad that I got to, unwind.
Well, you know what? It was funny because that was what the exact message you sent to me right after. It's like, did I just do that? Was I just rubbing it in?
Yeah, was I just rubbing it in? Because I was rubbing it in, and then I realized what I was doing, and I was like, oh shit, that's terrible, and I'm gonna start unwinding. Because I realized that's the gods will punish you.
Yeah. So let's talk about where the stakes could not be higher.
The U.S. dollar menswear?
Yes. U.S. dollar yen. First touch.
I'm closer than I thought. It's 112 for you, 104 for me.
Yeah, it's at 109. Dude, I'm much closer.
That's what I mean. I'm in trouble.
You are in trouble. I'm gonna win this. No, I can't say that. I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, I've got the edge on the short term.
Yeah,
I've got the edge.
I wouldn't double this one up. Like I don't feel that strongly about it.
You did earlier in the show. You sounded pretty darn strong.
No, I listen. I still feel that way. It just, and I wouldn't bet a stake on it.
Menswear is fine.
Yeah. Menswear, like putting on socks and sandals and going to the bar and
drinking.
Oh
my God! But not a steak. All right.
No.
Well, there you go. We now know your hierarchy of willingness to bet.
Well, when you tell me you're going to Kobe beef it or whatever, I'm kind of worried.
Anyway, that's that was the bets to review. And now looking at that, any thoughts looking back at that? Any regrets, or you feel pretty good about the ones they have left?
No, there's nothing. I don't really feel bad about any of my trades. Obviously I was wrong on the inflation. I feel like I was just early, which obviously is wrong. I feel like I realized when you were hesitant to bet me, it's like I'm a little too eager. So I think that might be a weakness. I might be a little too keen. And when you're a little too keen, you might do some things that you weren't supposed to do. So I'm going to go home and think about that. But otherwise, I feel good about everything. How about you? How do you feel?
Well, listen, you know what? I mean, when you're... No, I feel fine. I'm glad I took the bets I did. You know what? It's clear that I'm not going to go batting 100 on them all. One or two of those is going to go array. But I feel it makes a good show, and I think that I'm comfortable with the bets I made. I'm happy. Let's see how they play out.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Lena, hop on. Let's talk some beer.
Yeah. First of all, I want to talk about this picture.
Oh,
is that you on the right or the left?
I know. I tried to figure that out as well. I think I'm probably I'm bald and kind of got a squatter face and stuff. I feel like I'm on the left.
Well, yeah.
Don't you think?
Maybe. Yeah. No.
Look at the drool.
Yeah.
That's
you're
definitely
drooling.
me. That's definitely me.
Yeah. And the one on the right's happier. You know,
For those who are listening, there's these two dogs and they're in the back of a pickup truck and they've let's just say encountered a porcupine. And they are looking like they're smiling, but they are covered in porcupine quills.
Like some severely bad. That's crazy. That's not just one or two. There are hundreds of porcupines.
Well, you have dogs as well, Patrick. How many times have you had to the skunk? I wash them off with the skunk. It's brutal. Dogs will do that.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of porcupines in
funny.
Ontario. Yeah, they're just I guess we shouldn't have done that. So I just can picture you.
That sounds like us on the show.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad trade. I told you that was dumb. What do you mean? You were there too. I told you it was gonna break out.
That's us after one of these trades we agreed on. What did we just agree on?
Yeah.
What's the one trade we both had were convinced was gonna happen? That's us afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. I told you it was gonna break out. Okay, let's talk some beer. I'm excited to do this one. I drank both of my beers pretty quick, so they're gone.
I'm just finishing my last sip. I took my time.
Did you? So, Lena, ladies first. Go ahead. What did you think?
I already knew what I was going to give this as soon as I heard that this is what we were drinking.
What are you giving it?
It's 9.4.
Nice. Well done. Okay, Patrick, what do you think?
You know what? It is a drinkable, sessionable beer, and I would definitely buy this to drink. I would go to a liquor store and I would buy a 12-pack for a weekend for sure. I'll give it an 8.9, and it is sessionable, and I would recommend people buy it. No. Listen,
okay.
I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm just not gonna go and give it 9.9 like you.
No, it wasn't sour enough.
8.9. It's a good beer, and I have nothing bad to say about it.
Okay, I am going to do a rookie move here. I'm giving it 10.
Off.
Wow.
That's how much I like that beer.
You can't do that. That's you're basically saying it is
there's no better beer.
You're saying that it's not only that it's that there is no better beer, but it is impossible for you in the future to ever run into a beer that could possibly be better than the one that you had. You should take this back to a 9.9, buddy.
Nope, not taking it back. What a call is a call.
10.
Rookie move.
You know what? It is.
It's a rookie move. I get it.
I cannot believe
I know it's a rookie move. It's a rookie move. Dave Portnoy would be furious with me for doing not only a round number, but a 10. It's a rookie move, but I'm doing it.
Just give it a 10.01 or something. Just say
listen.
It's like 11 on the
Patrick.
Amp.
We went negative rates.
Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap. You're like most amps only go to 10, but I'm giving this 11.
No. It actually went to 11, and then. Well, anyways, you got to see that, Patrick. Have you seen it?
Yes, Spinal Tap. I know the movie for sure.
Oh, you know it.
And you should give it a Spinal Tap. Right now, forget it. Stop it. You're not giving it a 10. If you're going to go Spinal Tap, go full Spinal Tap.
Okay, I'm going full Spinal Tap. It's an 11. That's how much I like it.
There you go.
I'm making it worse. Another rookie move.
No. Okay. Because if you go Spinal Tap, then everyone knows you've just gone Spinal Tap. That's okay. It's better than giving it a 10 because then you're trying to make it too official.
Okay, it's an 11.
It's an 11.
It's an 11.
It is.
And Lena, yours was 9.4?
Yeah.
Well, Lena, what were you, a 9.4?
Yes.
Yeah, 9.4.
Yeah, she was 9.4.
Yeah.
Okay, well, folks, have a great weekend.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
It was. Patrick, I love that idea, the fake out or breakout. Love it.
We should play it again. We should play it again. We should play it with a few of our guests actually in the after hours. We should create 5 charts, and in the after hours we play the game with us, and we all between 3 of us make the calls.
Fake out or breakout. Sounds good.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, it was great. Lena, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everyone, and to be continued next week. Come on, I can't believe Christmas is coming up soon. My 12 pubs of Christmas is coming up. Are you going to try and make it out? Or did you ask Mrs. Macro Tours for permission?
If I can get permission for the 12 pubs. Well, actually, you know what?
To get
so,
out?
Lena, I asked Patrick, I go, how many guys come and try to make the 12 pubs and then actually fail? And then how many are kind of smarter and say, like, I'll be there for these 3 beers? Oh, for those who don't know, the 12 pubs of Christmas is they go, Patrick and his friends, his friends, like,
my one friend. No, just
I don't know how many of you guys there are, but like I was going to come up with something that's
there's like 20 to 30 of us that are going to be out.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
And there's 20 or 30. How many of you do the whole 12
dude,
pubs?
we got
Anyways,
T-shirts, dude.
Well, listen. So it must be official then. So for those who don't know, they go to a pub and they drink a full pint at every pub, and they go to 12 of them.
12 pubs in one night. 12 pubs at Christmas. It's an English tradition, by the way.
Is it?
You know,
I didn't know
that. Oh yeah, no. Like I learned it from. I was out in London, England, out in Chelsea, and that was doing a pub crawl over there, and they were all like talking about it. It's like, and me and my buddy are like, you know what, we got to bring this, and
you're
why
like,
not continue?
That sounds like a damn good idea.
As Canadians, it's like, man, that. The English are onto something. This is like a genius, right? And so we started it here. This is the 3rd annual, and it's every year like 10 more people show up. It's like it's starting to build a little momentum, and it's great. It's you know what? First of all, like last year, I think only 6 people started it. And exactly like you said, a lot of people were the conservatives and said, I'll sneak in at pub 4 or 5, and I'll come for 3 of them or 4 of them, and, you know, I'll sober up and drive home or whatever, and just, you know, like I'm just going to lay low and behave myself, right? But this year, I've got a much larger amount of people saying they want to start at the beginning. And so before it was like 6 of us, but I think it's going to be a larger crowd that's going to try to go the distance.
Gosh, you know what we should do? We should have a over and under on how many will finish it.
Well, but you have to know how many are going to start it.
I know, but once you get there, that first one.
You know what's the biggest problem?
Somebody's going to have to stay sober
but you know what's the biggest problem in Toronto is actually not people finishing it. It's getting served. Once you're at that 10th, 11th, 12th beer, once you roll into these pubs, there's rules, right? Like, but like they're not allowed to serve intoxicated people, right?
So Patrick, you're telling me you get cut off.
I did not get cut off, thank you very much. But
you know the problem.
I'm going to make a shout out to Bruce. Bruce got cut off because he doesn't know how to make it look like he's in control or something. I don't know. But
you know what the real
one
problem,
guy got cut.
About the 12 pubs of Christmas is that they stop serving us when we get really drunk.
But it's a problem. It's a problem.
You know what? You guys should go to England. I bet you they don't have that problem there.
No, I don't think they do. I do not think they do. This is a very Canadian problem where the bartenders are not allowed to serve drunk people, and then when you walk into a bar drunk, it's like they show you the door. But listen, I'm not going to jinx it. For 2 years, we were able to complete it. We're going to attempt to complete it a third time. Let's see if we can pull it off.
So everyone, just send us your odds of Patrick completing it and getting cut off or not.
I finished 2 years in a row, so it's pretty bad odds if you're betting against me.
But wait, what do you do besides drinking a pint at each pub?
Nothing. You just drink a pint at each pub and you go to the next one.
Because I've done 12 pubs of Christmas with my friends before.
Dude, there you go. Lena's like...
Every pub, we played a game.
Of what?
So one of them was like, we weren't not allowed to speak to each other or to anyone, but we had to order beers. So we were using our phones to like show them the texts.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that you're kind of staying alert, so you're not getting super drunk too quickly.
No,
towards the end of the
but we have a very strict schedule. It's a half an hour. Like we have actually like at 6:30 we're going to be at this pub. We're going to be at 7 o'clock on this pub. Like it's a very defined.
Oh, we started at like 2 in the afternoon.
No. We're like a half an hour a pub for 6 hours. Like
they play strict rules.
No, strict
rules of the 12 pubs of Christmas.
You have to do 2 pints an hour, right? Like
2 pints. Oh Jesus.
So Patrick, do you remember when we were in university and there was the Century Club?
Yes.
Which was basically a shot.
100 beer. It's a shot of beer.
A shot of beer every minute, which doesn't sound that tough. And then you figure out how much it is.
But you're not allowed to go to the bathroom. It's really...
Well, that's strict rules. That's strict rules. And I remember these engineers on my floor played strict rules bicentennial club. They did 200. They were pretty messed up. Well, engineers are kind of, they're kind of hardcore.
You should play a game at every pub and say, find a Santa and take a picture with them. That was one of
Lena, when you do those things as a girl, it's cute. And with a guy, it's just just creepy.
No, but it's funny for me to watch.
Okay.
Lena, are you gonna come out with Luke?
Maybe.
You should. No.
Somebody has to show
you have to do that like 1 or 2 bar appearance. No, Kev, I know that Mrs. Macro Tourist is gonna have a hard time letting you out of the house. It's like
what we really should do is have the 12 pubs of Christmas. We should go and record a part of the show at every pub.
Oh,
whatever. Like you're gonna make it for 12 pubs. I call bullshit on that, dude.
Yeah, it's a good call. That's a good call because that's it.
We're gonna record a part of the show at the first 2 pubs before Kevin quits.
You got it, Patrick. I'm way too old and not like I just.
Whatever. You're so much older than me.
Yeah,
you're so much older than me.
Well, then maybe
you look
smarter
older than
or
me.
wiser.
Yeah. Yes, smarter, wiser.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I burn the wick at both ends. I might not live as long as you, Kev, but you know what?
It's actually true. Patrick goes hard. When we went to Chicago, we went to the Money Show, and I was like, Patrick and I, we drink a few beers while we do this and stuff. I had never been out for a full night of like going hard, and I was shocked at like you seem to accelerate at the wee hours in the morning, which is just not very smart. Like I tell my daughter, I always say, no good comes of like shots at 2 in the morning. It's just never a good thing. And Patrick's like, oh, you know what? Like we were just all out at bars all night, and we get back to the house, and he's like, who wants to do shots? And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like 2 in the morning. We gotta like present tomorrow morning. I do not want to do shots. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, Patrick. And he's like, "Who wants to do shots?" And you guys are wimps. And he's like telling us. He's like,
Patrick's still a 20-year-old bro.
He really is. He really is.
I'm living young, my friend.
Wow. No. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. Have a great weekend, folks.
All right. Great weekend. And Kev, hey, Mrs. Macro Tourist, you talking her into coming too.
I'll try to do it. Like it's not Mrs. Macro Tourist that's stopping me from doing the 12.
Oh my God, whatever.
It's me. I'm gonna own it. I'll own it. I think it's crazy. I think it's fun.
But listen, you don't have to come for all 12. You just gotta show up and do a little Christmas cheer.
I actually feel like I should come for the last 3 just to watch this because it's gonna be just a shit show. It's gonna be too much fun. I feel like I should just stay up late and like wait for the 3.
Where's the first bar? Where's the first pub?
It's all on Roncesvalles on just south of Bloor, and it's like at the south end of it. I'm gonna have to look at the map. I don't even know the name of the bar, but it starts at 6.
Okay, well I want to go. I'm starved, guys. Let's just call it a day. We'll have some good stories. I might come for the last 3 just to see what it's like, because this just sounds like a gong show. Okay.
Anyway, we're recording the show before I even go there, so we'll talk about it next week.
Okay. Take care.
Okay. All right. Take care, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.